evening. I feel like Tom Sawyer, hiding in the church, listening to people talk about him in the funeral. Because when you're in radio, I can tell you, listeners don't have nice things to say about you. Before I start, I have to ask, why are some students, some grads, wearing these yellow sashes? And I know why now, because you're honor students. Well, just to tell you, that's probably why I didn't know what they were, because I never got to wear a sash. A few years ago, I did a commercial for a weight loss class that helped me lose 50 pounds. And I would do the updates live on the radio for about 6 months about my weight loss. And it was amazing how people would call to complain about the radio station, tear a strip off me, but then end the conversation with, "Congratulations on your weight loss." I mean, I just went through like a half an hour of hell with these people, and then they're saying, "Oh, but you know, really, you did a good job losing weight." I want to start by acknowledging all these great people here on the stage with me tonight. These are all individuals who have spent many years dedicating their lives to advance the cause of education in Montreal. And of course, all the students graduating here tonight and their families joining them to celebrate this milestone. Families are important, and I want to, on behalf of all the grads, to say thank you to the mothers and fathers, stepmoms and stepdads, sisters and brothers, grandparents, aunts and uncles for being so supportive. So grads, I want you to do one thing for me. Let's have a round of applause to say thank you to your family. Somewhere in the midst of all of you in the audience is my daughter, Melissa Dawn, and she lights up my life with her phone calls or when she visits me in Toronto. And with her is my best friend, Ken Colino, who sat in this very auditorium with me 45 years ago when we graduated from Rosemount High School. 45 years ago. Now I do feel old. Some of your parents are younger than I am. This auditorium, all of them, did you say? All of them? This auditorium is named after someone who made a difference in my life, and I suspect in the lives of all her music students, Helen Hall. Helen Hall encouraged me and everyone else in the mixed choir to celebrate our individual talents, while at the same time understanding that it's important of being part of a team, working together to succeed on stage. And I relive those moments every Thursday night when I watch Glee on television. Yeah, that's my life these days. Tonight, we also celebrate not only the success of the grads gathered here, but also of those international students from around the world who spent time at Rosemount last year studying with you. Now, I have a few things I want to share with all of you about my experiences here at Rosemount. And since I graduated in 1968, who knew? Who knew that one day I would return to this very stage where I sang, had my first kiss on stage somewhere back there, in a play. I was in a play. Or even gave a speech convincing 69 people to vote for me as student council president. Where was Facebook when I needed it? Being a teenager is never easy. We take things way too personally. And for some of us, well, for some of us, we think we're the only ones living in a dysfunctional family. Never going to get a date, never being accepted by those who bully us, never being as popular as the guy or girl sitting next to us in class, and wishing our parents would just once believe in us. Been there, done that. I am here to tell you that as the guy who at times was bullied, never voted most popular kid in class, lived with an alcoholic father and a mother who never believed in me, that if you want to succeed in life, you cannot be held hostage by memories of all the bad things that happened to you. Don't let the bad things cloud your future. Tonight, you graduate from this school. Take with you the happy memories, the positive things about your stay here, and walk away from all the crap. Walk it off put it behind you. Is it easy to do? No, it's not easy. But if you don't, that excess baggage you carry with you out of here will only make it harder to carve out a better life and reach your full potential. This is where friendships play an important role in your future. I wanted Kenny to be here tonight because as a friend, he was always there for me and believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. Good friends do this. They carry you on their shoulders so that you can touch the sky and feel the warmth of the sun above the clouds. And as you go through life, remember how you felt if shunned, picked on, or ignored. Use these moments as a learning experience. You know how it feels, so make the world a better place. You can make a difference by being the first to offer a helping hand. Provide words of encouragement. Give someone a listen when they need to talk, or a hug when they need a shoulder to cry on. There was a kid in school who, for some reason, didn't like me, and he let me know it every day. Then one day, as a reporter for the Gazette, I covered a fire here in Rosemount, and this guy comes running up to me as if he was my best friend. His apartment was burning, and his brand new TV was about to be destroyed. It was the kid in school who would never give me the time of day. He asked me, well, really, he pleaded with me, to have a fireman rescue his TV. My first thought was to ask the fireman to put an axe through his TV screen. But my heart directed me to the fire chief I knew, and I asked him to do me a favor. A few minutes later, a fireman came out of the burning building with this brand new TV in his arms. And of course, as a reporter, I exploited the situation and wrote this great story about how I helped a resident get his brand new TV out of the burning building. Helping people is the key to the success of my career in journalism, broadcasting, coaching talent, and running radio stations. And it's going to be the key to your success as well. As a street reporter, I always helped out other reporters by sharing some information with them. One of those who benefited from my help would become news director at CJAD. His first decision was to hire me away from newspapers to be a radio reporter. Others would later ask me to help start the Montreal Daily News or pull me back into radio by hiring me to be the news director at the old CKGM and Shom FM, or recommended me for the position of managing editor of a national news service based in Toronto. I would later become the general manager of that news service before being offered the job of a lifetime, to run Canada's largest news talk radio station, CFRB. Later, I would come back to Montreal on 2 occasions to be the program director and news director of CJAD. Outside of radio, being asked to write a book, 99 Things You Wish You Knew Before Making It Big in Media. I know, it's a shameless plug, but hey, I'm a struggling author, so what can I tell you? Or being asked to teach at 2 Toronto colleges. That, in a nutshell, is what happens when you're nice to people. You help them out, and you become a member of what I call the 25% Club. First requirement to join the 25% Club is to have a dream. It is that burning desire to do something with your life. It doesn't matter what that dream is. It is your dream, you own it, and no one, let me repeat this, no one has the right to tell you to stop chasing your dream. Chasing your dream is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and sometimes you have to face reality and turn right when you wanted to turn left. It takes determination and is full of challenges. The next requirement, and I think it's the most important one, is to be a member of what I call the 25% Club. And that is to have a positive attitude, to believe in chasing your dream, to be the best at what you can do, and to never assume a negative outcome when you start a project. It's easy to beat the competition when you're a member of the 25% Club because 75% of the people you work with or compete against are negative defeatist, lazy, and forgot about chasing their dream. It's not that I was the best reporter in Montreal, well, in my mind I think I was, but in reality, I beat the competition because I was part of the 25% Club. When the competition would ask me how I got the exclusive, I'd say, well, I picked up the phone and I called, or I took a chance and I went to the scene of the story. All chartered members of the 75% Club, their response was always the same. I didn't go because I thought it wasn't a story, or I didn't call because I figured they wouldn't talk to me. See how easy it is to beat the competition? I would scoop the competition by going to places for a story they thought wasn't worth going to, or interviewing someone they thought wouldn't talk to them. That's how I became the only person ever to scrum a pope. Pope John Paul II walked in front of me at the unscheduled stop in Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories on his Canadian tour. So I put my CJD microphone in front of his face and I asked the Holy Father a question. Well, really, I asked him two questions. And when I started my third, he gave me this look that suggested I would burn in hell forever if I didn't stop the interview. I thanked him, he blessed my forehead, gave me a wink, and moved on to talk to the children. Now, you don't have to be in journalism to be part of the 25% Club. A positive attitude beats negative all the time. Not just in the workplace, but in your everyday life as well. In these tough economic times, companies are doing more with less people. Members of the 75% Club are the most vulnerable to be let go. They're the negative ones who spend time complaining. Instead of trying to figure out how to get the job done, they tell anyone who will listen that it can't be done. A charter member of the 25% Club doesn't believe in the word can't. They don't waste their energy on can't. That word doesn't exist in their vocabulary. They'll find a way so that it can be done. That's what a member of the 25% Club does. That's what I want all of you to do by being a member of that exclusive club. This year, America celebrated the 50th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech. It was in Washington at the height of the Civil Rights Movement in 1963. Dreams are powerful things. It took a while, but eventually the dream of having a black man live in the White House became a reality. Meanwhile, here in La Belle Province, PQ Premier Pauline Marois is sharing her dream for Quebecers. Only hers is a giant leap backwards in civil rights with the introduction of her government's Charter of Racism. In preparing tonight's speech, I asked on Facebook what I should talk about. What should I tell the grads? It was so distressing to see so many people posting, "Tell the students to leave Quebec." I am not here tonight to tell you to leave Quebec. I am here to tell you to stay and carve out your destiny in Canada's greatest city. I am here to tell you to stay in Quebec and wear your religious symbols with pride, to wear your hijab, your kippa, or your cross at work or at play. You have as much right to call Quebec your home as Pauline Marois and her merry band of piquets. If you leave, they win. If you leave, Quebec loses all the potential that you can bring to this province. Now, yes, I have left, but I keep coming back. If I didn't believe in the future of Montreal's English community, if I didn't believe in my place in Quebec, I would not be part of the process to launch a new English language talk radio station in Montreal next year. It is, of course, your decision whether you stay or leave Quebec. It might be for a job or attend university to study in a program that will help you chase your dream. Education is key to your future. There are so many ways to continue your education if you don't go to university. You can do it online. You can take night classes. If you want to learn a trade and make lots of money, like being an electrician, a plumber, or even a chef, there are specialized schools that teach these professions. It is an investment in your future and well worth the cost. And thanks to last summer's pot-banging demonstrators, the cost of higher education in Quebec remains the lowest in Canada. I want to conclude with some thoughts that come from the more encouraging posts on Facebook. Tell them they can achieve anything they set their mind to. Be persistent, have a dream, and don't ever give up until they make that dream a reality. Be humble, but don't take any crap from anyone. And noticeably work harder than anyone else around them, and that'll give them a great life. And if I was posting a suggestion on Facebook, it would be, if I can do it, you can too. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and once again, congratulations on graduating from Montreal.